driving force of every successful economy in the world is entrepreneurship. Therefore, the goal of every creating an entrepreneurial economy. On May 29, 2015, when Governor Udom Emmanuel took oath of office as governor of Akwa Ibom State, his vision for the actualization of the Akwa Ibom project was to industrialize the state and create enriching job opportunities for Akwa Ibom people. To give flesh to this agenda, he propelled the 5-point agenda of poverty alleviation, wealth creation, economic and political inclusion, which took the governor through a labyrinth of youth development projects and capacity building programs. This made it absolutely necessary to establish a program that will engage the creative energies, skills, ideas, capacities, and productive endeavors of Akwa Ibom people towards inspiring an industrial revolution using the bottom-up approach.
I'm very much happy to have Udom Emmanuel as the governor of Akwa Ibom State. He has been doing many things in Akwa Ibom. The road, the light, even empower youth to have a good job. So I'm very grateful to have him as the governor, and even pray that he will continue to be our governor. In Jesus' name.
In the last 15 months, Akees has sought to get young people off the streets and into work through trainings, partnerships, franchise schemes, internships, and specially designed enterprise development schemes. Akees So Far represent a story of progress and resounding success. Guided by the objective to reduce youth unemployment by 50% by the year 2020 through the development of youth entrepreneurs, Akees has begun to impact whole industries in the sub-region in just 1 year.
Akwa Ibom Enterprise and Employment Scheme, Akees. It's a franchise scheme with a mandate to structure vocational skills, its acquisition, as well as boost entrepreneurial capacity through a robust enterprise and development program. The government indeed intends to use this scheme to empower our teeming unemployed youth through hands-on training packages.
Over 1,500 have been employed, with over 85 businesses either created or reinforced.
This is the brainchild of the governor, in which he had a desire to empower the youth and make them self-reliant. He has a general manifesto of industrialization, and he realized that that could only be achieved when the youths are in tandem with the modern day methods, which is entrepreneurship.
Enterprise activation models of Akees gives room for franchising, which allows beneficiaries to own their own businesses through small-scale partnerships and business-based authorization. Other models, such as enterprise programs, allows individuals to set up their own business as well as support startups to meet certain needs in the marketplace. One of the unique selling points is that it allows startups in other parts of the country to consider doing business with the ones domiciled in Akwa Ibom State.
Franchising is one of our strongest points. For example, the toothpick and pencil factory that you've just mentioned is as a result of going to a franchise system with an existing company. The company was there, it has been there, producing high pressure plastic pipes for electrical installation or tunneling or whatever, or cabling, and other things for water. And then the company has also been producing these plastic jerry cans, PVC selling and everything. But it was not growing. In fact, they even, when people come from neighboring states to buy the products, because he had stamped made in Akwa Ibom or Uyo, they said he should scrape off that thing so that they take it back to their states and people will go there, buy, and from there and return, whereas the thing is produced there. So now that man had that thing. His major problem was light. He spends about 450,000 naira every day on powering the generators to produce those things. Now we said, we can come in as a government, give us space, because government, we may not be able to go and buy land and build houses. He had some empty warehouses that we converted into factories for the pencil and toothpick.
Akees also has other programs such as job programs, common facility and equipment center. The job programs, of course, depends largely on the employability of the job seeker, and the common facility equipment center was developed to encourage the formation of industry clusters all over the state. Merits are that individual entrepreneurs that belong to the same industries can utilize the same facilities and apparatuses for their different production operations and can collaborate in an ecosystem.
Our execution principles is basically that the cost for business A becomes income for business B, and the same for C and D. So we have an enterprise inclusion within this whole ecosystem. So it means that if you're creating jobs for biz A can become income for biz B. And then what it means is that each industry can grow, and the capital needed for business A revolves around the ecosystem. So nothing is lost, more is actually gained.
Akees was conceived to empower all unemployed youths residing in and outside the state through hands-on training of creative activities and services, and has kept to its tune as a platform where one can utilize his or her skills in order to become a successful entrepreneur.
If we're in a modern age, a computer age, we need something to screen, something to work on the net and something busy. So when I heard of it, I was like, this is a very great opportunity. And coming down here, I just telling me that just free, a whole lot of this is just like something amazing. Because for this kind of training, going somewhere else is going to cost a lot of money. So when I came here, I heard that the government was taking it on a free cost. I was like, I'm in the right place. So I just love everything. I'm passionate about the whole thing. So I really appreciate the government's source of welfare, everything about it. I really appreciate it.
Technical and vocational skills acquisition and entrepreneurial training is also aimed at providing strategic solutions that thereby reduce youth unemployment by 50% within a space of 4 to 5 years. This was part of Governor Udom Emmanuel's pledge towards human capacity building and development. In the area of ICT, 3,000 youths have been trained, which to a large extent has positioned Akwa Ibom youths to be competitive in an ever-expanding and interwoven global economy. The trainees can utilize these skills to become entrepreneurs without any heavy capital, which is very ideal for startups.
We are currently in an evolving technological space where the world has gone digital. It's so simple that people are making money online. And you can use this training that you're getting today to make a whole lot of money.
Akees, in the first quarter of 2016, provided employment for more than 1,000 youths and entrepreneurs and more than 3,500 in facility trainings. But the launching of a campaign, Off the Streets to Work, the story has changed for a great number of Akwa Ibom people who responded to the clarion call.
What I see that Governor Udom Emmanuel is doing, is helping the youth to leave the street and have what they are doing, bringing something like this, a factory that they manufacture toothpick and pencil. I believe it will go a long way to help the youth of Akwa Ibom State, to have what they are doing. I really thank him for this wonderful idea, for what he has done for the youth of Akwa Ibom State. What I would like to say, I would say, may the God bless him and continue to give him more wisdom to bring more factory into Akwa Ibom so that the youth of Akwa Ibom State will be able to work.
I'm very happy that we are choosing to produce toothpick that can serve the whole Nigeria. So very thankful to Akees and the Akwa Ibom State government.
That shows that you don't need to know anybody. If you had registered right in time, but I'm telling you that we have more than 21,000 persons who have registered on that portal. There are some that will say, I am actually an electrical engineer, I'm a machine operator, I read this, I read that. And those are the kind of things, when you query the database, they will bring out those names without me knowing any of them, without the governor of this state knowing, without any political leader knowing them. These are Akwa Ibom sons and daughters, and you must be given that opportunity to go for an interview, and if you excel, then you have a job.
Undoubtedly, one of the most outstanding success stories of Akees is Sunic Clothing, a partner with Akees. Sunic also hosts a fashion common facility center for the scheme. Over 300 tailors have signed up since it was set up to use the Sunic CFC. On their part, Sunic have been immensely imparted by the partnership, as they have had access to equipment to enhance the production to volumes and quality that have allowed them to sign mega deals to produce jerseys for academic institutions, football clubs, and uniform agencies. The manager of Sunic, Mr. Nicodemus Ibanga, was nominated for an award as an emerging young entrepreneur in the Niger Delta sub-region. It is notable that Governor Udom Emmanuel funded Sunic Clothing in an expo organized by Akees.
I will thank God that first and foremost, let us seize this opportunity to thank His Excellency for the spiritual rebirth and for reawakening our spirit to rise up to our faith of greatness, to start doing something. And that is where the brand Sunic come to be, and it's a birth. We put it to bed, and we thank God Almighty that we are working step by step to fulfill our purpose on earth. And I must confess to you that it's awesome.
Code Cargo, a web developing firm in collaboration with the new media aide to Governor Udom Emmanuel, Mrs. Meflin Awana, have developed a first-of-its-kind, world-class website for Governor Udom Emmanuel. The website comes with a custom-made administrative back-end, internet radio, a customized email manager with the capacity of over 1 million emails, with live chat, news portal, and lots more. The Senior Special Assistant to Governor Udom Emmanuel on Due Process and Technical Matters, Elder Ofotebon, revealed that with the arrival of all equipment needed for the production of toothpick and pencil would not just be profitable for Akwa Ibom people, but for the country at large.
People didn't know that Akees, you don't need to have so much money before you can start something. But then you can create a common facility by making provision that these things are there for Akwa Ibom use to use it anyhow they want to make money for themselves. But I want that this thing will be managed like a proper business.
In the area of agricultural produce, tomato, which is a staple food in Nigeria, is in the front burner of cultivation and processing. From farmers in northern states to traders across the country, many depend on the fruits for a living. But climate change and tomato moth hits the industry real hard. Cost of tomato skyrocketed. The nation groaned under the effect of the bleak. But Akees demo farms came to the rescue, yielding 12 tons of tomato through 8 weeks. It is evident that Akwa Ibom people have come to appreciate the matchless value which the Akees initiative has brought, from a huge community of financial dependence to a frontline big business hub in the West African region. Sooner than later, Akwa Ibom will engage with a strong presence in the commodity and export markets.
The tomato revolution in Akwa Ibom State. In the next 3 to 6 months, this state will become a net exporter of the best hybrid of tomato that is seen in this country, the Roma red tomato. That is the particular breed that they use in making tomato paste. It's not the one that we import from the Middle Belt. No, this one is blood red and thick. The mesocap is so thick that the seed is so small. Anything you need, you can use it.
Akees prioritizes a regular review of the entire scheme, assessing its programs, projects, partners, and beneficiaries in a principle that advocates not only transparency but also continuity and consistency of quality. In this regard, a media campaign tagged Akees So Far was launched to evaluate success stories made so far, as well as intimate the public on the program to weigh in on the fast-progressing enterprise development scheme. With over 40 million Nigerians engaged on different platforms across the media space, plus via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and blogs across the country, and daring more citizens to get involved. This one-month campaign featured the training of 3,000 Akwa Ibom youths on ICT, a business fair, and a tour of Akees businesses. And the aspects of media, beginning with a team of 6 dynamic members, Newslight have provided summarized news to readers over the internet residing within Nigeria and those overseas for over 10 months. They have visitors from over 20 countries of the world using the services daily. There are many other examples of the success story of Akees in the area of media development. Akees has developed a unique project approach in job creation, employment opportunities, business startups, and economic development with a very practical, low-cost process.
Okay, this is Courtesy Africa TV. Actually, we're coming up with this event, and Akees is helping us pilot the event. So it's going to be a bomb because Akees' hand is in it, so it's going to make it work.
Okay, about the Akees fair, it has been very beneficial to cash log bookkeeping service in the sense that we've met some number of clients and we've given out the expression of interest form for people to fill so that we can get back to them, follow them up, for them to have the idea of bookkeeping. They know the benefit of keeping their records and making sure their business grow in line with their establishments.
My name is Sayana Gregory, CEO Siena's Foods Nigeria, full catering company. We do outdoor catering, we bake for weddings, birthday parties, we do smoothies, cocktails, small chop, everything food. Yeah. So we are here today at Akees Fair to exhibit our product and to interact with other entrepreneurs.
My name is Pamela Komedae. I am the CEO of Pikamido's Catering and Events Management Company. We are into catering of all kinds of events, be it weddings, meetings, birthdays. We cover all kinds of events. We are particularly specialized in cocktails. We do small chops, that's finger foods. We also do full-time catering for events. We also participate in barbecues for events. Whatever the event is, we are a full catering solution to the event. We're also into event management. We plan events, plan and execute events.
We tended to those who were interested, who actually want to do something for themselves, who actually were tired of the same old process of having to beg the government or politicians for a piecemeal every single time, and rather work with those who actually want to leave their own mark, who were fed up with where they were.
Akees is a project that probably will say it as the nucleus of Akwa Ibom project. Upon his swearing in as the governor of Akwa Ibom State, he promised the youths of Akwa Ibom State that never again will we beg for a living, but that he will get us to have and to also earn a living with dignity.
Notably, in a recent event organized by Leap Africa, some Akees partners were accoladed for their immense contribution to the digital ecosystem in Nigeria.
No, this is Dakada. It's a philosophy that was brought about by the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Governor Udom Emmanuel, and he has been able to pull out boys from the street, not just living wayward lives, but to live lives that will impact their society, impact their families, and at large, bring development to the whole state. And I think it's a good initiative, and so far we have benefited from the dividends because societies and so many things that used to go on in the dark and so many unscrupulous activities have been curbed, and it has just been about a year or so. So if under a few months such an achievement could be made, we believe that before the end of his tenure, before the end of 4 years, Akwa Ibom State would have turned to a very great state.
The vision of Governor Udom Emmanuel to reawaken the spirit of enterprising fueled by the Dakada philosophy has seen the lights of day, as Akwa Ibom youths now earn a living rather than beg for a living.
We used to have big entrepreneurs like the Victor Akans, the Usoro Bros, the Utuks, the Ekanem Pyramids, the Sanfield, the ETCs, many. But now you cannot mention anybody in that caliber. Everybody wanted to go into politics and the entrepreneurship suffered. Instead, we now had a building boom and people from neighboring countries, Togo and Benin Republic, used to come and build houses for us. And the governor now came in with an industrialization policy. He quickly realized that we are going to have an industrial boom in this state. And if the spirit of enterprise is not reawakening our people, it will be people from other places that will come and take up that industrial space. And our youth and our people will continue to be unemployed. So now that we've started to reawaken the spirit of enterprise, we see that our people are starting, they have started to start making money and creating wealth for themselves.